Let's move on and talk about light. Remember when we talked about radiation and the sun? Well, light is a form of radiant energy that we can see with our eyes and is transferred through radiation. It's made up of microscopic particles that travel in the form of electromagnetic waves. Those are the kinds of waves we talked about with the microwave. Without light, we wouldn't be able to see. The sun is a natural source of light, but many artificial light sources have been invented too. For example, light bulbs and computer screens both produce light energy. Now we can talk about the light phenomena. Light phenomena are observable events that occur when light interacts with matter. This means when light interacts with objects. Light travels in straight lines. There are different kinds of objects that create different phenomena when they interact with the straight lines of light. These different kinds are transparent, translucent, and opaque. Let's take a look. This is made of glass. Glass is a transparent material. That means that light can pass through it easily. So let's try. If you see, it doesn't create very much of a shadow. That's because it is transparent. This fabric, on the other hand, is a translucent material. That means that some light can pass through it, but it still creates a bit of a shadow. So let's see. Do you see how the light passes through, but it still creates at least a bit more of a shadow on the wall? This cup is made out of an opaque material. That means that it's going to create a shadow on the wall because no light can pass through it. Let's see. Do you see the shadow? You can see the exact shape of the cup where the light passes through it because the light can't pass through. Another opaque material is your hand. Have you ever made hand puppets? Shadow puppets with your hands? You can also change the way the shadow looks by changing the direction of the light and the proximity. How close or far the light is from the object that's creating the shadow. This is a fun activity to try at home to practice light and reflection. Now that you've learned a little more about light phenomena, let's look at the basic laws of light. First, we'll talk about reflection. Reflection occurs when light energy bounces off a surface and changes direction. Reflection is one of the basic laws of light. We already know that light travels in straight lines. However, some surfaces, like mirrors, cause the light to change direction. Smooth surfaces such as glass, metal, or the surface of a large body of water reflect light better than rough surfaces such as wood or stone. For example, when light energy hits a mirror, it's reflected. As a result, we see a reflection in the mirror. Now we can talk about refraction. When light passes from one medium to another, for example, from air to water, the light energy changes direction. This process is called refraction. Let's look at the picture of the water glass. Water changes the direction of the light rays that pass through it. When we look at the straw, it appears to be bent. This is because the water is refracting the light. Now let's talk about white light. White light is made up of all the colors combined together. We can separate white light into colors by refraction. The colors are not refracted equally, so we see all the different colors. For example, prisms refract light. As a result, we see the colors that make up white light. Let's do an experiment with refracting light. we can do a very simple experiment to try and refract light. This is something that you can do at home. All you need is a glass of water. So, take the glass of water and pass it in front of your face. Does my face look different? This is because the light is traveling through a different medium. Right now, it's traveling through air, so I look normal. Now the light is passing through water, so it refracts the light and makes me look silly. You can try this at home. Now we've finished our unit on light. Let's review some of the things that we learned. First, we learned about the light phenomena and how light travels in straight lines. We also learned about shadows created by transparent, translucent, and opaque objects. Then we learned about some of the basic laws of light, such as reflection and refraction. Now you can give yourself a big pat on the back because you're done with the unit on heat and light. I would suggest that you look through your book and make sure you do some of the exercises so you can understand the material better. You can also do some of the experiments suggested in the book or suggested by Almudena to practice some of these things. All of the things that you learned in this unit you can do at home. You can practice melting and solidification using water. You can practice shadows and light just with a flashlight and your hand. It's a lot of fun, so make sure that you do all these activities to review the material. And we'll see you next time!